What's next? Every single one of us has a sense of lack. We're all looking for something to fill the spot, something to make us complete. Whether it's the latest phone, the latest computer, the latest clothes or fashion trend. Whether it's success driven, whether it's just desiring a better job and a better job and a better job. And when we get the job that we've always dreamed of, we still desire something more. Maybe it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. Maybe it's a car, maybe it's a better car, maybe it's a house, maybe it's a bigger house. There seems to be this sense of no matter what we get, we're not quite content. Jesus tells us to store up our treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust can get at them. There's a sense there that in heaven there is this fulfillment and this fullness in those treasures that they cannot fade away. David put it this way. In Psalm 42, he tells us this picture, he paints this picture of a deer panting for water. And he says, as the deer pants for the water, so my soul thirsts for you, O God. One person said it like this. They said that it wasn't so much a water brook or a stream or a river, but more of an aqueduct, a man-made structure. The deer could see the water that it wanted, but couldn't quite get to it. And David was relating to that. He was saying, in the same way this deer is panting for this water that it can't quite lay hold of, I thirst for you, God. You're just there, but I just can't quite attain that which I know will complete me, fulfill me. There's a time where Jesus is by a well and a lady's walking past and he says to her, "Oi, lady, could you get me some water?" She turns around and says to him, "If you knew who I am, the kind of woman I am, the cultural background I'm from, a Samaritan woman, you'd never ask me for water." Jesus responds, he says, "And if you knew the gift of God that I am, you'd ask me for water, because the water I would give you, you would never thirst again." Actually, more than that, a well would appear within you, springing up water, leading to eternal life. As the conversation goes on, Jesus says to her that she should go and get a husband. The woman says to him, "I don't have a husband." And Jesus says, "Yeah, that's right, you've had 5. And the guy you're with now, you're not married to." He points directly on the area where she lacks. He points his finger directly in the area of her life where there has been the void, where she has lacked and sought for fulfillment in men. And she's gone through 5 different husbands, and each time there is still lack. Jesus hits the spot. And this woman all of a sudden engages and meets with this gift, this water that can fulfill and make her whole. In Revelation 21 it says that, "Behold, I am making all things new." In the Greek, the word there for new, it isn't just like a one-off, like we get something new and it fades away, but it's continuous. There's this sense that what we are going to gain, where we are placing our treasures in heaven, this gift of God is a gift that never ceases in its quality. It never ceases in its lifespan. It never fades away. It is eternal, all-encompassing and all-fulfilling. A place where there is nothing that is next. Because there's no need for anything else. Because nothing fades away. Everything is made new. Everything is whole. There is no more pain, no more suffering, no more sickness, no more death. There are no more tears. It says this amazing thing there. It says, "And he will wipe away every tear from their eye." And we get this idea in our head of this God who stoops low and just wipes away tear after tear after tear. And in the Greek, it says, "And he will obliterate." If you translate it literally, he will obliterate tears from their eyes. It will be a case of there can no longer be those tears of sadness. For they'll be whole. We'll be complete. We won't be looking for the next thing because we won't need it. We will be made whole and fulfilled in Him. There is no next thing. Christ is the only thing. He is all we need. Maybe even as a Christian, you've been chasing after things and fulfillment your whole life. Just take a moment, be still, and know that He is God. Christ has come, and just as He offered that lady at the well that water that would fulfill her, He is offering the same gift to us today.